Hello everyone, Kerbal here, welcome back to another episode of the Kerbal Space Program. Last episode we landed the Mark IV on Minmus. Just find it quickly. There it is. And in this episode what I'm going to do, because I know that the old Mark III bit of debris is somewhere over there I think. What I'm going to do is land a rescue ship over here somewhere. I'm going to do that off camera. And then I'm going to try and drive the rover over to the old rover, and then onto the rescue ship. And well, I'm not going to tell you what I might try during that, but you can probably work out what I might want to do, or try and do. But yeah, so I'm going to try and basically, you know, traverse a bit of Minmus. But first things first, let's land the rescue ship first. There's no specific landing place. I don't want to land it near the old bit of debris or anything. I just want to land it somewhere which would involve a bit of a trek to get to, so we can get back. As long as I can find it. Actually, there it is, Minmus rescue ship. Here it is. Right, so I'll launch that. And get back to you once we are gone. Or when it's on Minmus. When I'm landing, yeah. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, maybe not. What happened? Oh, I think the last time I launched it, I did have to rearrange this, and I forgot to actually save it after I did that. Wait, hang on, what? Oh, there we go. Right. Is the rest of it okay? And that detaches, and that fires, and that fires, and that's it. Yes, okay. Let me just save that and launch it again. So then we can bring Jeb home, and the Mark IV rover will be like a sort of like a landing beacon to land some other bits of base onto, so we can make a Minmus base. And I'll also launch one on the moon and do a little bit of experimentation on the moon as well. And then we can start growing our empire before new parts are then released, which might make some of it obsolete, but never mind. That's why I'm only doing it on Minmus at the moment. Anyway, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, we've launched. Okay, unless anything particularly interesting happens, I'll see you on Minmus. Okay, so welcome back everyone. I'm just doing the last burn. One of the landing burns, the braking burn, to come in for a landing on this large, on the other side of this large ice lake. The Mark V is over there. The Mark III should be somewhere over there. And I hopefully will be landing somewhere over here. That's the idea anyway. Everything went very smoothly. The only thing with the journey was that this bit, the rescue ship debris, which is currently going out to Kerbal and that, I put that. That was the stage just under this one that was taking it to Minmus. I put that on a collision course onto Minmus, and for some reason, after I'd done that and detached, I think that the force of detaching it must have just put it back onto a non-collision course, so it went straight past Minmus and out again. I think I should have taken into account the fact that ejecting it might put it back into a trajectory, but oh well. That's what happened, so might be a little... There might be a bit of space debris flying around the moon, around the sun now, but oh well. Might see if I can make some sort of an interplanetary rubbish collector at some point. Okay, here we go. I almost forgot to open the solar panels as well, actually, until I had the barest minimum of electric charge left, so I was glad I put them back out again. Oh, and I had to also wait for Minmus to rotate round to the sunny side. So I could do this landing as well in the daytime, because this thing doesn't have lights on it. I thought I had put lights on it, but it hasn't. So let's just get this thing landed. I haven't used too much of its fuel. It's still got plenty left to land with. Whoops. Thank you for switching to the surface indicator at that moment. Oh no, you can switch between them. Down to about 50. Just a little bit. Okay, currently drone controlled as well. There's no Kerbal in here. Otherwise I'd have to get a Kerbal out first and then put Jeb in, which would completely defeat the object of this particular exercise. Okay, I'm just going to do a long slow burn down to the surface now. Come on, where is my shadow? Should be coming up any moment now. Any moment now would be just great. Ah, there it is. And let's just use the RCS and kill our lateral velocity. Throttle down. Oh, hovering. Slightly overdid it. There we go, lateral velocity is completely gone now. Ooh. A little bit too slow. And... there. Okay, we're down. Let's turn them off, and I'll switch over to the other ship and let the cat in. Because he wants to come in. We want the Rover Mark 5. Hello, cat. Okay, here we go. Now, I did realise a problem with this, and a good solution for it. However, it's a bit too late to add that solution at the moment. I'll just get accelerating now. The engine is activated. Yes, it just takes a little while to just... oh, hang on. Oh, the brakes are on. That was stupid. Little puff from the RCS to get us going. There we go. Oh, that wheel spazzed. Okay, I think we're okay. Yes, we're accelerating now. I just used the RCS to give us a bit of a head start. That wheel is starting to worry me. I think it's because I put the wheels in and now I've got them back out again. Yes, hello, puss. It slightly spazzed them. Wish I hadn't done that now. Right, I'll get the panels out to start generating us some more power. Because I know this thing can run at full throttle, but as the sun is almost directly overhead, I'm not sure how efficient this panel at the top will be, but we should be generating... we should be, yeah, making more power than we're using now. Actually, all the panels should be getting a little bit more power than they did last time I did the test. Oh no, we're still using a fraction of power, but luckily literally only a fraction. So it can probably go for a while. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Actually, I might just throttle down a tiny bit to let the batteries actually recharge. Yeah, about there. And I'll let the batteries recharge fully, and then I'll throttle up to max again. Yeah, this really, really slow acceleration was the problem. Because while it seems to be alright for, you know, traipsing around, getting to places, getting to short distances, or going across very, very vast distances, it does become a problem going... Well, actually, yeah, vast distances are a problem, and sort of medium-sized distances. I'm not sure how to quantify that as such, but I need to find out where that rover is as well. Can I do that? No, I can't. I don't think you can select debris as a target. Oh, yes you can. Okay, that's fine. So we're almost on course. I'll just slip round to here. Just do that. Hold on, why are we going 3.4 meters a second relative to the target when we were going a lot faster, not relative to the target? That's a bit weird. Okay, a little bit of manual piloting now. Just to get our velocity lined up with that bit of rover. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so if we aim towards the rover, it says we're not aiming towards the rover. Let's just line it up on the dashboard. There we go. Huh, okay. I will deselect it. Oh. Oh, there we go. Right. Just to see what a speed actually is. Yeah, because it takes so long to actually build up speed. Remember last time I slammed the brakes on? And the speed... It took a very, very long time to regain that speed again. Throttle up to max now. To decelerate. Well, if we're going across very vast distances and we keep accelerating all the way there... you know last time how I managed to get up to about 200 miles an hour? Well, it takes about as long to decelerate as it does to accelerate. So what I'm gonna have to do is when I get within 10 kilometers of this, I need to start braking, because it was about 20 kilometers away. So when I'm about 10 kilometers away, I'll start slowing down, and it will take as long to slow down as it did to accelerate, which is a bit worrying, really. Because that means that if you're going very, very long distances, you have to kind of go as the crow flies and halve, and at the middle point of the distance you have to start decelerating, which makes things a little bit more complicated and dangerous. But a solution that I did think of, which is kind of a one-use thing, although it could be more than one use, potentially, but it's more of an emergency thing, just in case you don't quite calculate it right and you're in danger of hitting something. I could put forward, rear-facing Separatrons on the body. As in, I've got these Separatrons on the capsule for the emergency system to quickly detach this if in the event of sudden explosion. But if I had Separatrons around the outside facing that way, that fire that way, as sort of an emergency brake, that would also help as well, because then if you've got loads of them, you know, suddenly they don't take up much weight, and firing them suddenly could potentially bring you to a standstill, no matter how fast you're going. So that should help quite a lot. Might, anyway. But it would at least help. Now, if you think, oh no, I'm within a kilometre and there's no hope in hell of me ever slowing down enough to not hit this thing, then you could quickly fire the emergency brake and slow down before, enough to not hit it. Or an alternative is to actually have the Separatrons facing downwards, so what it actually does is make you bunny hop over the top. Obviously the landing would be very, very hairy, but, you know, it might be possible. Just a thought, anyway. But that would be very, very cool if you could do that. Same for planes as well, actually. I want to try that with a plane. Have sort of an emergency stop mechanism, so that if you're landing on the runway and you realise that you're sort of descending too fast, or you're not going to have stopped by the time you come off the end of the runway, you could quickly fire this thing and yeah, fire one of the mechanisms and stop yourself from dying and save the plane at the same time. Let's just correct ourselves a little bit without rolling over. There we go. Because though the problem with that is it would have to be exceptionally good at short distances, because of the chances of you actually hitting something when you're far enough away to realise that you're going to hit it, that you've started braking too early, are pretty slim anyway. You're much more likely to just go zooming past it and have have plenty of time to stop yourself and then turn around and come back the other way and then do it properly at that time. But you know, there's always the danger of hitting it, I suppose. But it would have to be exceptionally good, like kill 200 meters a second of delta V, say. No, not 200 meters a second. 100 meters a second of delta V on the whole rover. So that if you're sort of within a kilometer and you're still going at 100 meters a second, you could completely stop yourself before you hit it. Because if you're within a kilometer and you see that you're going to hit it, there's a much higher chance of you actually hitting it than, well, not, I suppose. Though I'm not sure how stable this thing is going to be while I'm braking. As in slowing down, not destroying it. Okay, we're coming in almost as far as I want to come in before I slam the brakes on. Where are we exactly? We came from there, so yeah, we've come a pretty long way. Oh, that's showing up now. Oh, hang on, yeah, I'd better start slowing down. Okay, cut the throttle. That'll fill up the batteries as well. And I'll retract these panels, put the brakes on. Oh, the brakes are working more effectively than I thought they would. Yeah, I'm retracting the panels just in case something happens and we flip and very bad things happen. Because we've still got the generators there to generate plenty of power for us. Wobbling a little bit as we're braking. Yeah, you can see it's bobbing up and down a bit as we're braking. I wish in the IVA view they still show... Oh, hang on, yeah, of course. Derp. It's all there, it's all there. Although, where is the brake light? That's not the brake button. There doesn't seem to be any brake indicator. There's everything else, but not a brake indicator. Though I can obviously see the speed, which is my only indicator. Okay. Although, because the brake is more effective than I thought it was, then we should be okay. Just letting it roll and decelerate that way. Actually, it might be just as effective if we just started braking. It might be more effective even if we started braking while we were about 2 kilometers away. Because I thought the brakes weren't as effective as that. All of this is probably going to be completely obsolete when they actually add rover wheels, but it's still kind of fun. Plus, you get really weird looking rovers like this, which are actually kind of cool. And very useful, actually, because they can work upside down. Or sideways. Their orientation really doesn't matter. Now, it looks like we're slightly off. Ooh, okay, that was not a good idea. I'm just going to correct the vector a little bit. Hope that works. And we'll continue to drift. It's a shame I can't time warp while moving over terrain, though. That would be very, very useful if I could do that. I'm so tempted to get Jeb out. But I know it would be such a long journey, while we're riding along. And while I don't think it would actually do anything, as in he wouldn't fly off the end or anything like that, there is always that possibility. And number one, he might die, which is bad. And number two, the actual rover itself, I would have to switch over to the drone control and stop this thing, and then let Jeb get back in. Which would take a very long time because by the time the rover stops, Jeb will be very, very far away. Though at least his jetpack will be nice and full. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. It'd be quicker to jetpack Jeb over to it than drive the rover back to Jeb. Well, a couple of people in the comments as well were saying, why didn't you just land the rover on the ice lake and then drive the rover up to Jeb, or fly Jeb over to meet the rover? Well, where's the challenge in that? And I'd rather have a bit more of a challenge and get a bit more practice in with by trying to do a pinpoint landing on a slope and do something very, very complicated and tricky than just take the easy way out. Because you never know when that might come in handy. Oh yeah, where's the... Wait a minute, what? Hold on. Oh no, right, okay. Hold on. What? No, that's the Mark III debris on the other side of the planet. That isn't showing up yet. Right, okay, I get it now. So it was never actually showing up in the first place. Oh, that looks familiar. Do you know what else looks familiar? That particular tiny bit of slope there that you can see, that was the reason that I flipped out the last time. Okay, so we're within 2 kilometers. This is a really great long distance rover for Minmus. Don't know how well it would do on the moon, however, because of its really low powered engine, you know, the high gravity on the moon. I mean, it works on Kerbin though, so it should still be good for short range stuff on the moon. Okay, let's just slam the brakes on. Wait until we're at a good speed. Oh no, of course, because the debris is in front of that slope. I don't have to catapult myself over it accidentally or anything like that. Okay. I'll do the brakes manually, I think. Yeah, it's funny how you got to factor in slowing down as much as you got to factor in speeding up. Oh, I can see it. No, I want to double click on the dashboard. Come on. I want to poke over the dashboard. There we go. Whoa, hang on. Brake. Yeah, that's what I meant by whoa, that was close as well. By watching the brakes. Okay, yeah, I should have, I was planning on slowing down a bit more, but I got distracted by trying to do that. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't doing it though. Ah, it seems that only if you click over an area of space, because it thinks you're trying to select a target otherwise. Okay. Okay, we're about to stop. It doesn't help that this looks like ice as well. Makes the wheels even less effective. Actually, something else as well. I think it is possible to actually... Ooh, there we go. Right, let's get these panels back out. I think it is also possible... Come on. There we go. Well done, me. The brakes are on again. I think it is actually possible as well to land on a Minmus ice lake from orbit, which is quite cool. Okay, let's just spin around. Ooh. Line it up on the dashboard. Oops. And a bit of assistance with the RCS. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think it is possible to also land from a low orbit on the ice lake using the brakes. And probably a rear-firing rocket as well, if you sort of get yourself into a landing trajectory and then flip the ship over. And that's something I'd really like to try with the rover. See if I can actually deploy it by landing it on the ice lake itself and making it come to a halt. That would be a really awesome thing to try. Okay, let's stop the engine there. Get rid of that panel as well. Okay, we're coming in. Don't hit it this time, even though if I don't slow down in time, I actually will hit it. Yeah, let's just leave the brakes on now until we come to a halt. Actually, no, not quite. And there she is, the old husk of a rover there. That one's been through the wars, that has. Let's EVA Jeb. Oh, he does fall off. Because that is decelerating. Hey, awesome exit there. Yeah, look at that thing. That's quite spooky, isn't it? Ooh, that's blinding. Yeah, that's very spooky, that is. Actually, it's more dramatic if I leave the light off. Imagine if this was nighttime. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that one has been through the wars. Jeb remembers that one well. He's the one who crashed it. But it is still perfectly usable because it's upright. I think. Or is it upside down? No, it was the lower... No, yeah. I think it's upside down, actually. It didn't have solar panels on the bottom, I think. Oh, it has solar panels everywhere. Okay, that's great. Scratch that. But, yeah, I can't remember which way around it is. But I know when it crashed, that explosion that happened, the first one, which you can see in the thumbnail, that was from one of these reactors hitting the surface because of the wheels splayed out quite a lot, and it got hit just by a little bit of a ridge, and it smashed it off and blew up, and then that's what destabilized it, and then the wheels came off, and another one of these, and another one of the generators came off when the wheel thing came off, but it's still perfectly usable because of you could just whichever way is the easiest orientation, just tip it over and reopen the solar panels and you can still use it. I mean, it'd be a little bit imbalanced, but it's still enough to be able to get it back to the base station. You know, like with this one, I could still use it. Or alternatively, the capsule at the top serves as its own ship. So if something catastrophic happens, I can still eject this with the Separatrons and then fly it down with the RCS. Though of course that is an emergency measure and you have to be very careful with that. Whoops. I forgot how low the gravity on Minmus was. Let's get him back on. I was in moon mode. And let's get him in. Right. Now let's go to this. Oh, whoops, I just switched over to it. Yeah, I'm not going to take off in this episode, otherwise it'd be too long, but I will try and get to there this episode and see how fast we can go in this rover. So remember to turn the brakes off this time. Is that... That's it, okay. And it's targeted. Oops. Oh, of course, I need the engine. Oh, I've got the SAS on. No wonder it wasn't turning round. There we go. But I have got to move around that. So I'm actually going to point in this direction and then I'm going to change direction very carefully. There we go. That's generating power for us now. Little bit of RCS assistance. Right, here we go. I don't know how far that actually extends outwards. Pretty far. I just don't want to make the same mistake that I made with that rover, because that rover is in the state that it is because if I didn't realise how far this went over, but the curvature of Minmus is hiding most of it. But at least I do know that I can still save this thing. And I can still get to the rescue ship and everything. There's a lot of redundancy in this, so if I do hit it and something really bad happens, it's not too much of a problem. Which is a good thing. Oh, something else is I don't actually know how long this episode is because of the way I record these is if there's a bit that I need to snip out, I just keep recording to keep the audio in sync. But that means, of course, I don't know how long the episode is. I've been recording for an hour. And the launch should have been about 20-30 minutes. Alright, yeah, I won't get back to Kerbin, but I will get to the rescue ship. No, I will get back to Kerbin because it's easy and it doesn't take very long. Yes, okay, fine. But I'll probably edit most of this. In fact, yes, I will, because of this is going to take such a long time, I will cut the video here and come back if either something interesting happens or if I approach the rescue ship. Okay, welcome back momentarily. I am approaching this mountain. Nearly 30 meters a second. I don't know what that is in miles an hour, but it's probably motorway sort of speeds. And I just realised how close I am. These are the boulders, and that is the edge of the cliff, or at least what I can see. And I am incredibly close to it. I'm really, really close. I'm not very far off actually hitting it. So I'm glad I did choose to turn away as much as I did, because I only just managed to turn away enough. Luckily I haven't hit any of the boulders, and even if I had, it wouldn't have done anything because I don't currently have collision boundaries, so that's okay. So I'm going to start trying to turn round to face without rolling myself over. Whoops, wrong button. Yay, we're bouncing. Okay, I'm going to cut the throttle to do this. Yeah, trying to face this. Yeah, so turning isn't its strongest point, but so I'm just going to slam the brakes on to help with this. Whoa, yes, I thought that might do that. Okay, we're almost facing it. No, I think we are facing it now. Just got to wait for it to stop bouncing around so much. There. That's where I want to keep it. Okay. Let's put the throttle back up, and I will see you in a few seconds. Okay, hello, welcome back. I've got to start decelerating now because I'm going at about 51.6 meters a second, and the ship is only about 7.5 kilometers away, so I'm going to start braking whilst I quickly work out with my calculator how fast that was. It was 116 miles an hour. Wow, that's quick. Which, if you work in kilometers per hour, is 186 kilometers an hour. Roughly. That's rounding. It's to the nearest kilometre an hour. Or metre an hour, respectively. Okay, I think that's enough braking for now. Okay, so we're coming in nice and close. I think I'm still aligned alright. Yeah, I might come just to the side of it. Oh, yeah, the labels come up now. We're within 5 kilometers. At about 3 kilometers I'll start decelerating again. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm wheeling. Okay, I'm going to have to keep occasionally cycling the SAS to compensate for the curvature of Minmus. Ooh, I don't like the squirreling. Let it settle, and SAS back on. 8, 7... 600... Well, 0.1 kilometers per 3 seconds. Almost exactly, actually. And I decelerate to about 20 meters a second. Yeah, it's slightly to the side of us now. So when I finish braking, I'll then turn a little bit, which will also bleed off a bit of velocity. I'm worried about that hill. Which shouldn't be there. It must be a really, really tiny island then. That, or we're actually closer than I thought. Yeah, this rover does take a little bit of control. Also, I should make an action group for those RCS tanks so I can disable them easily before I get going. Just because of the RCS tanks all drain equally. So that means if you are getting low on RCS, that means you're getting low on these tanks as well, which means if you need to make an emergency abort, there's no guarantee you'll come down properly. Whoops, I forgot to turn the brakes off. Okay, let's just turn around a little bit. But yeah, controlling it and the throttle and stuff is a very fine art. Keep pressing M instead of C and C instead of M. Ah, I think I can see some pixels there. Yeah, but controlling the throttle is a very, very fine art. To get it to work properly and slow down when before it's too late, but not too early. When we're about 150 meters away, I'll slow down to 10 meters a second. No, 200 meters away. I'll slow down to about 100 meters away, and then to about 10 meters a second. Sorry. Oh, and by the way, if I accidentally called that other rover the Mark III, I think I was calling it the Mark III earlier. Sorry, people screaming at their screens if I had got that wrong. It was the Mark IV. Because the Mark III exploded because of it somewhere over there, I think, actually. Because this is where we landed the rescue ship the first time, I think. No, we landed the Mark IV, and we took the Mark IV over there, and it crashed. And then we came from there, and we've come back to where the Mark IV used to be. Okay, start decelerating again. Yeah, we've sort of come back to where the Mark IV was before it crashed. Well, the first time. Oh dear. Whoa, okay. Yes, that was slightly close. Okay, I should have hit the throttle a little bit earlier. The brake, sorry, a little bit earlier. But we're not too far off. Doink. Okay. Yeah, we're not too far off. So I was almost there. I was a lot closer than when I was going to the Mark III. 4. It was the Mark IV. Yeah, the Mark IV is still sort of mostly intact. The Mark III is not. Actually, I ought to go visit the Mark III at some point because of the command pod is still intact. Weirdly enough. And I can see that the xenon gas is draining a bit more than I thought, but luckily it's still got a ton of xenon gas in it. I think we've only used a fifth. So each rover, even though it's supposed to be disposable, can last a very, very long time. And this is traversing very unnaturally long distances, actually. But as long as you drain the monopropellant and the xenon gas equally, then you won't have wasted too much. It's kind of funny that it drains power so slowly. Even though it does slightly drain the power, it lasts for a very, very long time anyway. And to recharge the batteries, literally you just cut the throttle for a few seconds and it's recharged to full, and then you carry on as you were, so it's got practically unlimited fuel. Oh, we're going past it a little bit more. Oh, what is that? It's a random mark on the floor. Is that a seam or something, or a stray pixel? Or is it a... Oh no, I think it's a shadow that's not working properly. I don't know, that's weird. Okay, anyway, let's get Jeb out. And into this ship. Oh, I didn't get the ladder out. Oh well. I can fly him over, it's no big deal. And grab. Oh. And in. Let's just extend the ladder for the sake of it. So this will then become a beacon for other ships coming in. Oh, actually, yeah, I was going to close up the gear as well, wasn't I? There we go. That's not going anywhere. I'll retract the panels just in case anything happens. And then this thing can lie dormant because it's thermoisotope, no, radioisotope thermoelectric generators last forever in the game, in Kerbal Space Program anyway. They last about 70 years in real life, because they do exist. Because they powered the Voyager probes as well, actually. But they will provide power for it, so we can just let that thing lie dormant. And let's just retract the ladder and go. Back to Kerbin. Where is Kerbin at the moment? Right. Yeah, I want to make sure I go that way. And over in that direction. And throttle up. We should have plenty of fuel for this. By plenty, I mean just enough. I'll get that up to about 30. No, 50 I think is a good number. Seven, 8, 9, 50. And actually that's almost where we want to do our burn anyway, so this is going to be very quick. Oh, hang on a second. Actually, yeah, can I do that straight off? Yes, I can. Oh, I might go onto the moon. Ah, that might be a problem, actually. The moon wants to get there first, by the looks of things. Well, I can always decelerate afterwards, because I should have the fuel. That's 608 meters. Kilometers even. Okay, I'll do that. Because the moon decides that it likes us very much. So once I'm past the moon, I'll then decelerate again. So I'll use a little bit more fuel, but we should have plenty. So that's in 14 minutes that will be coming up. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. And burn. Oh. No, it's that button that I want. There we go. So it's free. Stop. Huh, okay. Let's just use the RCS a little bit. Oop, no, N. There we go. Oh, that's a bit lower than it said it would be. That's alright then. Oops. Oh yeah, I've got rid of the little marker thing, the maneuver node, just by switching, which is good. And let's go. Yeah, we still got about half a tank of fuel left. Slightly more than a half tank, I think. Oh, and we're on to a Kerbin trajectory. Let's just accelerate up, and I've gone too far. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Let's kill all the velocity. It's a good job we've got plenty of fuel then. I didn't expect that to happen. Did I accidentally press the time warp button one too many times? I must have done. Ah, this is going to be interesting. I've got a game for you. Let's play. How much delta V can you remove? Oh, that's useful. Actually, that's very useful because we're still in Kerbal orbit. So I can just bring the apoapsis down a little bit. Go back to the apoapsis. So sorry, Jeb, you've got a bit of a longer flight than you should have done. But yeah, if I go back to the apoapsis and then bring the periapsis up slightly. Wow, we are really off everything. Yeah, and then I bring the periapsis up slightly. And then we should come in for a landing just fine. Oh, there we go. I'll use the RCS to finish that off. There we go, right. Let's do this properly this time. Yeah, sorry about that, Jeb. So you've had a slightly longer flight than you should have done, as well as you've been sitting in a rover for a very long time, and yeah, you've spent a lot of time on Minmus. I'm going to have to get Bill or Bob to do the rest of the stuff. You have a rest when you get home. As long as I don't accidentally kill him. Which I don't really want to do. Oh, we should be landing on the light side as well. Probably somewhere up near the pole. By the looks of things. And hopefully in water. Actually, I want to land on land, but it's probably a more gentle landing if we land on water. Right. Oh, and luckily we're facing almost exactly the other way, because we were facing exactly prograde on the apoapsis. Let's just eject that. SAS off. It'll guide itself in. And that's coming in now. Yeah, so we'll land somewhere in this body of water, probably off this coast, so they can send out ships over there. Yeah, let's just accelerate up. Where did that go? There it is. That should land somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we're only pulling just over a G so far, so yeah. This landing has been about perfect so far. Anyway, as long as I open the parachute at the right time. Oh, we were going up slightly then. That's okay. Yeah, we are landing where I thought we would. Excellent. That's very convenient. Maybe a little bit further, but yeah, that's very convenient. That looks like a landing strip. A little bit of land there. Might have to investigate that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're pulling slightly over 2Gs, but there's nothing too much. Oh, and you can see the atmosphere there as well. Actually, if I double click that, oh nice, you can actually see it there. Once we're at about 5,000 meters, I'll open the parachute. And open. And go down a bit more. Seven, 6, 5, and parachute is opened. Excellent. So the journey back was a little bit longer, but no less comfortable. I think the landing was just right. A nice low G landing. Hopefully, if working re-entry heat was added, I don't think he would have died. I think the capsule would have been about fine. Oh, the electric charge is going down because the drone part's still on there. And we've landed. Okay, excellent. Well, I'll wait till the effect goes away. And there's the ocean. And there's the sky. Okay, so that was a perfect landing. But not quite a perfect journey back. 2.6 Gs, that was fine. So, the rover testing is complete. Jeb's back home. I'll get another Kerbal out next time. The rover's still on there, so I think it's about time we start constructing a base. But I will finish off the space station first, just to help with the base construction, because then it can be a stopping place for large ships to refuel, etc. So yeah, that was that. A lot of edits done in this one. A very long... Wow, I've been recording for nearly 2 hours. I hope I can edit this down to a reasonable length of time. But anyway, yes. So that's the plans for later on. So subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.